Have you ever thought to yourself, why did this game I love shut down?
So Epic Games acquired Mediatonic.
Various balancing issues were still present.
And this is going to be a recurring theme with X-Defiant's history, timing.
Luckily, there's a show that's just as curious as you are. Be sure to catch new episodes of So What Happened To, right here on RatedEm.
The Marvel Comics franchise is no stranger to video games, and more specifically, no stranger to fighting games. The Marvel vs. Capcom series is beloved by many, and even before that, there was X-Men Children of the Atom in 1994 and Marvel Superheroes from 1995. Most recently, Arc System Works announced Marvel Tokon, a purely Marvel-themed tag fighter, proving that Marvel fighting games are still cool. But did you know there was going to be a 3D Marvel fighting game developed by EA? Marvel Chaos was a game being developed by EA Chicago, the same developers behind the Fight Night series of boxing games. However, the game never came to fruition. What happened? What caused the game to get cancelled in the exact same year it was announced? Welcome back to Game Graveyard, the series where we investigate the fates of unreleased video games. Today we're taking a look at Marvel Chaos. So before we discuss the game at hand, let's actually look at the development studio behind it, EA Chicago. EA Chicago might be a studio you haven't heard of, but they've got quite the catalog in terms of what they've developed. First off, EA Chicago is a merger between EA Vancouver and NUFX. NUFX developed a bunch of sports games, some notable ones being NBA Street 1 and 2, and EA Vancouver are the creators of the SSX series and the beloved Def Jam series. These two companies would merge to form EA Chicago, who worked on Fight Night Round 2 and Fight Night Round 3 in 2005 and 2006 respectively. Both of these games are widely regarded as some of the best boxing games ever. Around this time, EA announced that this development studio would be working on a new fighting game that pushed realism to the side in favor of explosive action, a 3D arena fighting game starring characters from Marvel Comics. Marvel Chaos was to let players duke it out as iconic superheroes and supervillains, from Hulk and Captain America to Doctor Doom and Juggernaut. There was a huge emphasis on destructible and interactable environments, there were civilians you had to watch out for. It seemed like the arena you chose played just as big of a part in the fight as your chosen character did. The game didn't have too much work done on it past a prototype, and in 2007, the game was announced to be cancelled despite the hype from fans and even EA executives. But why? What caused the game to get canned?
Need a new form of entertainment in your life? Join the thousands of others who have considered subscribing. Side effects may include joy, laughter, and newfound knowledge about video games. Talk to your doctor about if subscribing is right for you.
There's one concrete reason as to why the game got cancelled, but I've also got my own guess as well. The concrete reason is that EA Chicago was axed in 2007. According to EA higher-ups, the Chicago studio wasn't profitable in the short term. While the company grew in talent, it wasn't growing in revenue, and it was estimated that it wouldn't become a profitable studio until 2011. Because of the shutdown of the studio, subsequently, the game was cancelled alongside a sequel to Def Jam Icon and supposedly a new fighting game for an entirely new IP. Speaking of Def Jam Icon, I personally think it's one of the reasons why the studio was axed and Marvel Chaos got cancelled. For one, Def Jam Icon was not received well. It was considered lackluster compared to the first two games by fans. Secondly, with Def Jam Icon releasing in 2007, it was likely being worked on during the time that Marvel Chaos was being worked on, and therefore, not many resources could be poured into Marvel Chaos to bring it along further. But that is just my theory. There is no evidence to prove that's true. Regardless, Marvel Chaos never saw the light of day. That prototype mentioned earlier has leaked online over the years, so it's not completely lost to time, but in terms of a legitimate release, we'll never see this game. Personally, I don't think I'm too upset that this one got cancelled, but from the looks of it, it would have been a game that could satisfy the most die-hard Marvel fans. The ability to create these hypothetical fights and have them be cinematic and action-packed with that destructible environment sounds like a power scaler's dream. I'm just not all too much of a Marvel fan to really care.